Senator Ejercito, Senator Estrada, Senator Gatchalian, Senator Go, Senator Ontiveros, Senator Lapid, Senator Legarda, Senator Marcos, Senator Padilla, Senator Pimentel, Senator Poe, Senator Revilla, Senator Tolentino, Senator Tulfo, Senator Villanueva, Senator Villar Cynthia, Senator Villar Mark, Senator Zubiri, the Senate President.
With 21 senators present, Chair declares the presence of a quorum. Majority Floor Leader.
Mr. President, I move that we dispense with the reading of the journal of the 52nd session, Tuesday, June 3, 2020, and consider the same as approved.
Any objection? Hearing none. Motion is approved.
Mr. President, I move that we defer the approval of the journal of the 54th session, Monday, June 9, 2025.
Any objection? Hearing none. Motion is approved.
Before we continue, Mr. President, we'd like to acknowledge some guests in the gallery. Guests of Senator Joel Villanueva, our new OWA Administrator, Patricia Yvonne Kaunan. Guests of Senator Bato de la Rosa, Vice Mayor John Lester Tan of Maramag, Bukidnon. Guest of this representation, Congresswoman Jam Baronda of Lone District of Iloilo City, Vice Mayor Love Baronda of Iloilo City, Vice Mayor Velasco of Paete Laguna with the LGU officials, Vice Mayor Juan Ariel Argañosa Jr. with LGU officials of Mayhay Laguna, and Councilor Charmaine Alomolar of FAMI Laguna. Mr. President, I move to consider on third reading of bills, the printed copies of which were electronically distributed to the members on June 7, 2025 in compliance with the 3-day rule in the Constitution. With that, I move to consider on third reading Senate Bill number 2987, the bill on the Office of the Chief State Counsel Act. So move, Mr. President.
Before acting on the motion of the Majority Floor Leader, Chair would first like to acknowledge and welcome the visitors and guests mentioned by the Majority Floor Leader who are here present in the Senate. Welcome to your Senate. Is there any objection to the motion of the Majority Floor Leader to vote on third reading the aforementioned bill? Hearing none, motion is approved. Senate Secretary is directed to comply and to proceed to roll call vote.
An act strengthening the legal staff of the Department of Justice, renaming it as the Office of the Chief State Counsel, redefining, expanding, rationalizing, and further professionalizing its organization and appropriating funds therefore. Roll call vote. The Honorable Senator Binay, Senator Cayetano Alan, Senator Cayetano Pia, Senator De La Rosa, Senator Ejercito, Senator Estrada, Senator Gatchalian, Senator Go, Senator Ontiveros, Senator Lapid, Senator Legarda, Senator Marcos, Senator Padilla, Senator Pimentel, Senator Poe, Senator Revilla, Senator Tolentino, Senator Tulfo, Senator Villanueva, Senator Villar Cynthia, Senator Villar Mark, Senator Zubiri, the Senate President.
With 21 affirmative votes, 0 negative, 0 abstention, Senate Bill number 2987 is approved on third reading. Majority Floor Leader.
Mr. President, I move to consider on third reading House Bill number 5598, the bill declaring Maasin City and municipalities of Malitbog and Padre Burgos as tourism zones. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, motion is approved. Senate Secretary is directed to comply and to proceed to roll call vote.
An act declaring Maasin City and the municipalities of Malitbog and Padre Burgos, all in the province of Southern Leyte, as tourism zones. Roll call vote. The Honorable Senator Binay, Senator Cayetano Alan, Senator Cayetano Pia, Senator De La Rosa, Senator Ejercito, Senator Estrada, Senator Gatchalian, Senator Go, Senator Ontiveros, Senator Lapid, Senator Legarda, Senator Marcos, Senator Padilla, Senator Pimentel, Senator Poe, Senator Revilla, Senator Tolentino, Senator Tulfo, Senator Villanueva, Senator Villar Cynthia, Senator Villar Mark, Senator Zubiri, the Senate President.
With 21 affirmative votes, 0 negative, 0 abstention, House Bill number 5598 is approved on third reading. Majority Leader.
Yes, Mr. President, before we move on to other items of the agenda, there's some other guests of the gallery. As guests of Senator Bong Revilla, Governor Datu Pax Ali of the province of Sultan Kudarat, Congressman Jolo Revilla, and Congressman Uging Mercado of Southern Leyte.
To the aforementioned guests, welcome to your Senate.
Mr. President, I move that we proceed to the President's designation of Senate conferees to the Conference Committee on the Disagreeing Provisions of Senate Bill number 2534, the bill on the 100 peso daily minimum wage increase act of 2024, and House Bill number 11376, the bill on wage hike for minimum wage workers act. So moved, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, following members are hereby designated as Senate conferees to the Conference Committee on the disagreeing provisions of Senate Bill number 2534 and House Bill number 11376 as follows. Senator Joel Villanueva as chairperson. This representation, Senator Jinggoy Estrada, Senator J.V. Ejercito, Senator Alan Cayetano, Senator Win Gatchalian, and Senator Mark Villar. On the part of the minority, Senator Risa Ontiveros and Senator Coco Pimentel, our Deputy Minority Floor Leader and Minority Floor Leader respectively, are so designated. What is the pleasure of the Honorable Villanueva?
Yes, Mr. President, just to give honor to whom honor is due, it was actually Senator Jinggoy Estrada who head the Committee on Labor when this particular measure was passed, and it just so happened that this representation is now the chair of Committee on Labor. But I'm also willing, Mr. President, to just be on the sides of Senator Estrada. We just want to put that on record. Thank you, Mr. President.
What is the pleasure of the Honorable Zubiri?
Yes, Mr. President, being the principal author of that measure, maybe you would consider
Please.
me being part of the bicameral conference committee. Thank
What
you.
does the sponsor say?
Gladly, Mr. President. Gladly, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Chair hereby amends the designation and adds Senator Juan Miguel Zubiri to be part of the bicameral conference committee report on the disagreeing provisions of Senate Bill number 2534 and House Bill number 11376. So ordered. Majority Leader?
Mr. President, I move that we proceed to the Senate President's designation of Senate conferees to the Conference Committee on the Disagreeing Provisions of Senate Bill number 2821, the bill on Accelerated and Reformed Right-of-Way Act, and House Bill number 6571 on the Right-of-Way Act. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, in compliance, the Chair hereby designates the following members as Senate conferees to the Conference Committee on the Disagreeing Provisions of Senate Bill number 2821 and House Bill number 6571, namely Senator Mark Villar as chairperson, this representation, as well as our minority leader, Senator Aquilino Pimentel, Coco Pimentel III. So ordered. Majority Floor Leader.
Mr. President, Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa is seeking the floor for us. He would like to deliver a privilege speech.
What is the pleasure of the honorable? Mr. President. Before recognizing the honorable De La Rosa, Senator Pimentel is raising his hand. What is the pleasure of the honorable Pimentel?
Shouldn't we, in good faith, implement the approved motion from yesterday, Mr. President, that at 4 o'clock we should be taking our oath as senator judges? And then we'll give way to the privilege speech, Mr. President. So that was the motion approved by the body yesterday.
Majority Leader.
Yes, Mr. President, we will be honoring that what was agreed upon yesterday, but this is a personal collective privilege, and any member of this August body can just stand up and avail of this collective of this privilege hour, Mr. President.
No, I don't think so, Mr. President. This is a privilege speech. This is a privilege speech. This is not a privilege motion. So my motion is to execute and implement what was agreed upon yesterday. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we take our oath.
Senator.
I make of record the time. It's 4:31 p.m. Mr. President.
Senator De La Rosa.
Yeah, Mr. President, it was very clear yesterday that we agreed that before I take my oath as member of the impeachment court, I should have delivered my privilege speech. That's why I made it a precondition to my approval or to my agreement to the motions yesterday that I'm willing to take oath as a member of the impeachment court, provided let me first deliver my privilege speech. And very clear, it was agreed by the minority
No,
leader.
no,
yesterday.
Mr. President, no. It was stressed the convening of the court. That was the issue. And the agreement natin, the oath taking is not the convening of the court. That's very clear, Mr. President.
Several members are raising their hands. May I first acknowledge our Majority Floor Leader, Senator Tolentino. Thereafter, our Deputy Minority Floor Leader, Senator Ontiveros.
Mr. President,
Senator Tolentino may proceed.
with the permission of the gentleman. Mr. President, let me remind the gentleman that yesterday this representation moved to expunge from the records the word agreement, precisely because this representation would want that all matter that arose yesterday should be express stipulations coming from the mandate of the Constitution. Yung agreement po siguro inalis na natin to reflect the solemnness of the proceedings yesterday. So, kung ano po yun na pag-usapan, Mr. President, siguro yung dalawang ginoo na lamang muli ang magkasundo, pero the record should not reflect the word agreement. Iyon po lang yung sinasabi ko, Mr. President. Maraming salamat po.
Mr.
Noted.
President,
Senator,
this
prior to
this is important because it's related. So, what I'm asking
Senator
to be,
Pimentel, you may proceed.
What I'm asking to be enforced is the motion approved already, Mr. President. So we had approved by the plenary. A motion was approved by the plenary. So yun lang.
Senator Ontiveros is recognized.
I second the motion of the minority leader, Mr. President. The motion to implement the approved motion. Napakahirap naman po magpatupad ng ganyang kasimple. Mr. President, under Section 3 of our Rules of Procedure on Impeachment Trials, the presiding officer shall administer the prescribed oath or affirmation to the members of the Senate then present and to the other members as they shall appear, whose duty it shall be to take the same. So yung pagka wala po o yung hindi pa po pagkasumpa ng ibang mga senador, hindi naman po hadlang sa mga present ngayon at manunumpa ngayon para magsimulang tuparin yung tungkulin namin bilang miyembro ng impeachment court. Kung nais po ng good gentleman from Davao mag-deliver ng privilege speech ngayon, maari namang pong ituloy na po yung pagpapatupad ng agreed motion kahapon, manumpa kaming lahat na iba sa inyo bilang presiding officer, and then pakinggan po natin ang privilege speech ng good gentleman from Davao at pagkatapos kung nais niya, ay pwedeng manumpa na ayon dito sa ating rules of impeachment, Mr. President. So
Mr.
sinusugundahan ko po yung motion ng minority leader na gawin na po natin yung approved motion kahapon. Salamat po, Mr. President.
Chair would like to make some remarks before acknowledging Senator De La Rosa. There was a prior motion made by the Majority Floor Leader. There is no motion to second as of yet because we first have to dispose of the first motion made by the Majority Leader with respect to the recognition of Senator Bato. But we note the we will consider and take note of the remarks of Senator Ontiveros as a manifestation for the meantime. Now, the movant is here. The person who made the motion yesterday. Perhaps when I suspend session, you can discuss it. But for the record, there is no attempt whatsoever, and kindly, I hope people will refrain from making insinuations that there is an intent not to proceed with what was agreed upon yesterday simply because of the time. Because I was here at 4 p.m. and I waited until we had enough numbers for a quorum. And we will proceed as scheduled with respect to that. So whether Senator Bato, as will be discussed when we suspend, will speak first, or we will do what is being suggested by the Minority Floor Leader. In either case, both will be done today. So before I recognize the movant, Chair will suspend the session so that you can discuss. Session is suspended.